another Generation 2 Plasticon review! Woo! Welcome back to another Plasticon review. Today we're going to cover Generation 2 Powermaster Prime. Here is G2 Powermaster Prime in his Generation 2 colors. It does look very close to the actual original G2 Optimus that came out with the big black trailer. Carries on that paint scheme. It looks very, very awesome. I do like the idea. He's got nice sticker detail with the G2 Autobot logos right there, and even one on top of his cab. You know, just showing that he is G2. I do like this guy. He is very, very awesome. Still has the whole G2 or G1 gimmick from the old Powermaster, where you can pull his trailer and do all the stuff that he actually normally does. I do like this guy a whole lot. He is very, very, very cool. I'm a big fan of this type of mold. But let's take a closer look at that cab, shall we? Taking a closer look at the cab itself. The cab is obviously a semi-truck without the extra set of wheels in the back. He has it's a much shorter semi-truck. I do like this thing a lot. I've always been a big fan of semis, and this is probably one of my favorite. I do like the idea that the grill here is all nice and silver and it looks great. Not to mention the sticker detail going on here with the windows. Lots of paneling going throughout the entire toy, all the way to the back. It's very, very, very cool. Although some people might have thought, you know, a little more detail and such would have been here, but you know, that's okay, because you know, it's very cartoonish, which I do like that about this truck. It does have the silver smokestacks, and it just looks very nice. I do like this thing. But you know, this isn't all this toy does. He doesn't just pull a trailer. He does turn into a robot, so let's do that. Here's Prime in his robot mode, and most people out there say, you know, this is Genrai, which, you know, well, the Japanese stuff. Yeah, it is. But I do like him. He is very, 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 very cool. I do like the fact that, you know, he kind of just completely retains the old truck motif, although he does kind of does this reverse kind of thing. I've always liked this about this toy. This toy is very, you know, disguisey. I do like that. Although it is kind of funny that you see an entire semi-truck, you know, stuck on his back, and it's not bad, but I do like this a lot. It does happen to have red eyes, which is kind of interesting. Considering on G2, yeah, he probably would have had that, because, you know, he's just a little more evil, a little more, I don't know, diabolical and extreme, because, you know, it's G2. But, yeah, he does happen to have the G2 logo right there on his side. It's very, very, very neat, and silver for the picked out right there on his legs, which is kind of nice. It's very reflective. You can see my finger in there. I do like that about him. He's very cool. But this isn't all this thing does, because, you know, we have a whole trailer over there to talk about, so let's get on to that. Taking a close look at the trailer itself, the trailer's actually got a lot of detail. Lots of pistons and such, and this decent paneling here going on throughout the entire side of it. I do like the detail that's actually brought out in this entire trailer. He does happen to retain the little gimmick here where you just open up the back here, and this is normally where the power-up mode that will be stored, but you can normally put several type of vehicles in there. I mean, you can almost fit the one of the spark bots in there. It almost fits, but it's just one of those things. It's a bit small, just a teeny tiny, a little bit on the smaller side. You can almost fit a spy changer in here, but it is in a very large cavity, but it's big enough you can actually haul like parts in here or whatever you want to do. And there is detail in there. There's a lot of molded detail on the inside of this trailer. That's one thing I do have to commend them on, was they actually gave us detail on the inside, which is kind of nice. but he does have these doors that are ratcheted. They are a bit stiff sometimes, but that's okay. And he does happen to have storage up here for the gun. The gun will actually store on top of the trailer. And it's got a couple 5mm ports right there on top, which is kind of nice. But, you know, this isn't all this trailer does, because this trailer actually does a couple things. So let's move on to that thing. Taking a look at the trailer's base mode, this is really neat. I do like the fact that this thing folds out into a large battle station. It's kind of nice that it actually has a little command center where you can actually stand Prime, or you can put smaller bots in it, such as a Spark Stalker. But very, very cool. I do like these little things that this thing does. It's very neat that it actually has placement for cannons on little 5mm ports, and the fact that everything kind of works. I do like the detail brought out, you know, considering the silver really makes the center of this thing pop. The black is okay, it doesn't look bad. It actually works fairly well, considering this thing's always been in silver or gray. It's nice to see a change. I do like this toy, it's very, very neat, and it's a lot of playability with this thing. But this isn't everything this thing does, because it does one more thing, so let's get into that. Taking a look at Optimus Prime in his super power-up mode, or, you know, that's why it's called Powermaster Prime. Looks very awesome. I do like this color deco. It just works. For some reason, it really just kind of slenders him out a little bit and makes him not look so crazy as the other ones would with the gray and silver. This entire thing is just absolutely awesome. I do like this Powermaster Prime. Looks very neat, especially for Generation 2. I like how extreme it is with the whole color layout being more black and just kind of darker tone. He does scale very well with the G2 Megatron. It's kind of funny how this works out, just the way it looks. I do like this skin though. This works very well, and it just, you know, puts the two toe to toe. As for Optimus, I do like him a lot. He is a very neat looking robot. He's got a lot of detail throughout the entire thing, especially when you actually put him in this full-on mode. A lot of silver tends to pop out, especially in the waist area and around the knees. I do like that, as well as the blue kind of popping out here on the windows. It just kind of gives him a little bit more depth. I like that. It's just very neat looking. He's also got very nice looking backs. The back of him just doesn't look too bad. I do like the fact that a lot of it just kind of, you know, it might be a big black thing here on the back of him, but it doesn't make it so that way it looks like he's too thick on the back. I do like this. It's very, very, very nice. Very glossy, and I really enjoy that. And a bit of a size comparison here with the other G2 Prime. I mean, it's obviously, you know, he's double the size, which is kind of funny. I do like the fact that, you know, the size difference is there. And he does have a little different hue of red going on, which is kind of nice. very, very, very cool. Not to mention the head sculpt. I love the head sculpt of him. He's always had a very nice looking head sculpt as far as I'm concerned. And how the red eyes on the smaller robot carry over to the larger one is pretty interesting. I do like this about him. He's a very nice looking robot, and I dig him. I think he's cool. Well, this has been our Plasticon review. I'll see you guys around, because I have plenty more coming around from, the world of Plasticon and then Generation 2. See you around for now. Bye!